What if I told you that the woman you're desperately trying to please is secretly hoping you'll stop? That every yes dear and every careful step you take around her feelings is actually pushing her further away? Here's the truth most men will never understand. She doesn't want your safety, she wants your strength. And today I'm going to show you the 5 signs that reveal when a woman is begging you to break through her walls. Not with force, but with the kind of quiet power that makes her feel truly seen. Sign 1. She tests your boundaries relentlessly. You think she's being difficult. You think she's picking fights for no reason. But here's what's really happening. She's throwing challenges at you to see if you'll stand your ground. When she says, fine, do whatever you want, with that edge in her voice, she's not giving you permission. She's testing whether you have the backbone to make a decision and own it. Most men fold. They apologize. They try to smooth things over. But the man she's looking for, he looks her in the eye and says, I will. And here's why. Sign 2. Her energy shifts when you show genuine conviction. Watch her body language the next time you take a firm stance on something that matters to you. Not aggressive, not controlling, just certain. Her shoulders relax. Her breathing changes. Something in her eyes shifts from challenge to curiosity. This is her nervous system, recognizing something it's been searching for. A man who knows who he is and isn't apologizing for it. She's been surrounded by men who bend like reeds in the wind. You standing solid in your truth? That's magnetic. Sign 3. She opens up after you've held your ground. Here's the pattern you need to recognize. After every moment where you refuse to be shaken, she gets vulnerable. Not immediately, maybe hours later, maybe the next day, but she'll share something real, something that matters, something she doesn't tell the agreeable guys who nod at everything she says. Why? Because vulnerability requires safety, and safety isn't built on agreement, it's built on strength. Sign 4. She stops managing your emotions. You know that thing she does, where she carefully monitors your mood, where she adjusts her energy to keep you comfortable. When you start showing up as an unmovable force in your own life, she stops doing that. She stops walking on eggshells around your feelings because she finally trusts that you can handle whatever she brings to the table. This is what emotional maturity looks like in a relationship. She's not your mother. You're not her project. Sign 5. She becomes more feminine in your presence. Here's the sign that tells you everything. When you embody true masculine energy, she naturally flows into her feminine. Her voice gets softer. Her movements become more graceful. She starts leaning into you instead of bracing against you. This isn't about dominance. This isn't about control. This is about polarity. This is about creating space for her to be fully herself because you're fully yourself. But here's what most men get wrong about breaking her. They think it means being harsh. They think it means being cold. They think it means dominating her will. That's not breaking. That's breaking down. Real breaking is different. It's breaking through the walls she's built to protect herself from weak men. It's breaking past the tests she throws up to see if you're worth her trust. It's showing her that she doesn't have to be strong all the time because you've got that covered. When you walk into a room and own your space without apology, she feels it. When you make decisions based on your values instead of her reactions, she respects it. When you love her enough to risk her temporary displeasure for her long-term growth, she craves it. This is what she's been waiting for. Not a man who handles her like she's made of glass, but a man who sees her strength and matches it with his own. She wants to feel safe enough to surrender. But surrender requires trust, and trust requires strength. So here's your choice. You can keep playing it safe, keep agreeing, keep apologizing for taking up space in your own life. Or you can step into the man she's hoping you'll become. The man who loves her enough to be real with her. The man who's strong enough to let her be emotional without trying to fix it. The man who's secure enough in himself that her moods don't shake his foundation. She's not looking for perfect. She's looking for present. She's looking for authentic. She's looking for unshakable. The question is, are you ready to stop breaking yourself to keep her comfortable? Are you ready to love her the way she actually wants to be loved? Because once you make that shift, once you show up as the man who can handle all of her without losing yourself, everything changes. She stops testing. She starts trusting. She stops managing.